So it's a second example. So directly hands-on. So I have created a new project on Eclipse IDE. So click on File and then click the menu New and Dynamic Web Project. File, New, and then Dynamic Web Project. So which will ask for the name of the project. So I am creating a simple login form application. So my project, which will be named as Login Servlet. So Login Servlet. So L caps as well as S caps. So I'm creating a new project which is named as Login Servlet. So Login Servlet. So next. So the file which will be saved inside src/main/java. Next, generate web.xml as a descriptor. So generate web.xml, then finish. So now which will create a dynamic web project. The name of the project is Login Servlet. So the name of the project is Login Servlet. Now the project was ready. Yes, inside src, inside main, inside web app. Initially, I will create a simple login form. So click on web app, right click on web app, then new HTML. Right click on web app, then click new HTML. So the new HTML page, which will be named as login.html. The new HTML file, which will be named as login.html. Then I click finish. So a login.html page, which will open. So I have changed the title as login. The skeleton structure based on the Eclipse IDE, it automatically creates a skeleton structure. So I have changed the title as login. Then, so normally a login form which comprising of two text field named as username as well as password, then a input button. So I have created a form. So I hope all are very much familiar in HTML. So I have created a form using form tag. So form, then action equal to, so form action equal to. So once the form was submitted, the data was sent to a servlet, the path of servlet, which will be named as login servlet. L small login S caps servlet. Login servlet. It's a name of the, it's a name which mapped with my login servlet class. So form action equal to login servlet. Then method equal to, here I am submitting post method. So method equal to post. So now I am created a form method, form tag. So form action equal to login servlet, method equal to post. Then inside that I am creating two fields, one which will be called as username colon, I am create a input box, input type equal to text, name equal to username. So input type equal to text, so text box, then name equal to username. Similar way, the second field is password. Then similar way, I have created a input box. So input type equal to password, then name equal to user password. So user pass. So the first one username, the second one password. For splitting into new line, so I am using a BR tag for break. Here also I am using BR tag for break. Then now I have created a button, input type equal to submit. Input type equal to submit. Now a form was created, a simple HTML form was created. I have executed the file. So right click on login servlet, run on server. Right click as login servlet, run on server. Now which will choose a web server, Tomcat, then next, then finish. So the HTML page which executed inside a Tomcat server, then which shows a simple login form. So yes, now which the execution was completed. which open an internal browser and which display http://localhost:8080/login servlet. My file name is login.html. I have typed the same in address bar, then press enter. Now my login page was open. For example, I'm typing something called as test and test, then submit query, then login servlet. The mapping was not found. So yes, now the simple HTML page was completed. So the simple HTML page was completed. So right click on web app, new HTML, then file named as login.html. Inside that, form action equal to login servlet, method equal to post. Username, input type equal to text, name equal to username. Break. Password, input type equal to password, name equal to user password. If password in the sense, the password which displayed in hidden mark. So something dot or star. So input type equal to submit, which create a submit button. So now this data which will be submitted to a mapping word login servlet. So now I have created a class. So src main Java new class. I have created a servlet class. The name of the servlet class is login servlet. I have named it as login servlet. So name of the servlet class is login servlet. Then finish. So which will create a class, public class login servlet. Now, as a previous class, we are creating a simple servlet. Similar way, public class login servlet. So extends HTTP servlet. So automatically the packages was imported. Now here we have used the method called as post. So do post and then press control space bar and choose do post. So automatically the required packages was installed. Sorry, required packages was imported. Then now you have to hide this. Yes, do post of method was ready. Do post of method was ready. Inside do post of method, I have create two string. So string username equal to string username equal to HTTP servlet request. So request object which receives a data from HTML. So request object which receives a data from HTML. Here the request object is REQ. So string username equal to REQ dot get parameter, REQ dot get parameter, the first parameter that is named as user name. Then similar way, the next one string user password which is equal to request dot get parameter of user password. It's a name of the password box. So now we have received both username as well as password and store it into a variable. Now I have compared both if just for small verification initial stage. So username dot string dot equals. So username dot equals double quotes admin. If username equal to admin and in this one double ampersand password, that is user password dot equals of admin. If both username and password equal to admin, then do something. Else do something. So initial stage for verification, I have added a print writer out equal response object dot get writer off. So we choose to create a out namespace which pointing our HTML page. So here I am typing out dot println something called as success. Out dot println success. Else out dot println login failed. semicolon. Then I have saved my file. So I have created a login.html page, which holds form and 2 text fields and a submit button. I have created a login servlet page. Here, do post method. Inside that, print writer out equal to response.get writer of string username equal to request.get parameter of username. String password, user password equal to request.get parameter of user password. If username equal to admin and password equal to admin, success, otherwise login failed. Now I have opened my web.xml file inside web.inf. Here I have added a servlet tag, servlet tag. Inside that, servlet hyphen name. So name as login servlet. Then servlet hyphen class. Here the name as login lcaps servlet. So name of the class. Similar way, I do a mapping. So servlet hyphen mapping. Servlet hyphen mapping. Inside that, I use the same servlet name, servlet hyphen name. The name as login servlet. Then URL pattern, URL pattern pattern. There I have typed /login servlet. Sorry, I have missed hyphen. So URL hyphen pattern. So there also URL hyphen pattern. So yes, fine. So now the file was saved. So now I have executed the file. Run on server. Choose the web server and next and finish. Restart the server. Now the sample file which was executed and then open something called as login.html. Enter. So I have typed admin and password as admin. Submit a query. Yes, success. Otherwise, I have typed something error password. Login failed. Now the login page, the data which will be moved to login servlet, after verification, which print a message success as well as print a message failed. Okay. Now I have changed into something different. So I have created a new class. I have created a new class for forwarding my success. If login was success, I am entering into new page. So for that purpose, I have called a class called as request dispatcher. So I have created an object named as RD. Request dispatcher, I have created an object named as RD. Then which is equal to request dispatcher RD equal to, then you call a request dot get request dispatcher RD equal to request dot get, then it display a pop-up, the first one, get request dispatcher off. So request dispatcher RD equal to request dot get request dispatcher off. I am moving into another servlet page that's called as welcome servlet. Yet it's not created. Welcome servlet. So just I have cut the line and paste it inside here. So if login was success, request dispatcher RD equal to request dot get request dispatcher of welcome servlet. So it create a request dispatcher. Then I have hide this line. So I have moved into RD dot forward request comma response. So here request dispatcher which move into welcome servlet and passing the current request, that is username as well as password, both the thing which was passed to welcome servlet also. So request and response, both the thing which is forwarded to welcome servlet. So I have I will create a new class named as welcome servlet, which receives both request and response provided by login HTML. So same thing which is forwarded. Similar way, here in else page, request dispatcher RD equal request dot get request dispatcher of if login fail, I have moved into same HTML page. So move into login.html page. So rd dot if HTML page rd dot include. If it's servlet page rd dot forward. If HTML page rd dot include. rd dot include request comma response. It's a time to create a new class named as welcome servlet. So right click, new, the class which is named as welcome servlet. Finish. So a new class was created named as welcome servlet. Extends HTTP servlet. So new class which is created named as welcome servlet, which extends HTTP servlet. So inside that, the same method, so do post. So same request response was passed. So here also you have used same method do post. So control space bar and then method was created. Same way super method was commented. Now here I have print writer out equal response dot get writer of. Print writer out equal to response dot get writer of. Here out dot print ln welcome something you have received the username here, string user name equal to request dot get parameter of username, same way. So just for printing username, welcome plus username. Now my file was saved. Yes, fine. Now I open web.xml and again typing, I copy paste here. So I copy paste both the thing. So I have changed it as welcome servlet. So welcome servlet. So here also class name was wcaps welcome servlet. Then the servlet name was welcome servlet. Then the URL pattern also welcome servlet. Now I have changed and saved my file. Now right click on login servlet, run as, run on server, localhost, Tomcat, next, finish. Restart my server. Now I have typed login.html, enter. Then if I type admin and admin, submit a query which print welcome admin. If login was failed, something I type wrong password, submit a query which will display the same login.html and username password was empty. Now we are entering into the next stage. Okay. Before entering into the next stage, I have export my file. So file, just right click on login servlet, then export war file. Right click on login servlet, export war file. So choose a destination folder. This PC d:, so go. Inside that I will save login servlet.war file, save. So which create a war file. Now we are entering into the next stage for database connection. The second stage, which is named as database connection. So for that, so I will open my Chrome. So my database named as Postgres, Postgres, Postgres. Just click on the Postgres website, the first website. So click download. So my operating system was Windows. So I have chosen Windows operating system. So Windows, then download the installer, the first link, download the installer, click here. So Postgres IDE, there are several versions are available. So I have chosen the highest version, that is 14.1 for Windows. So the software was in downloading stage. So similar way, I need IDE for executing Postgres. So the IDE named as, I have Googled it. So during the download stage, I have Googled it. The IDE named as PGAdmin. So PGAdmin. So I have clicked on PGAdmin, the first link, and click on that menu download. So for Windows, PGAdmin for Windows. So PGAdmin, the current version was PGAdmin version 6.4. So I have clicked PGAdmin version 6.4. 6.4 was a version. PGAdmin, the tool which is in PGAdmin 4. Postgres is a database server. PGAdmin is an IDE for Postgres. Now the downloading is in progress. It takes a little bit time. Yeah. During download, downloading which takes a little bit time. So anyway, we are entering into database connection. So now I am open my Eclipse IDE. So I have created a new class, not a servlet, new class for validating database connection. So new class. The name of the class is login validate. Always, if it's class name, the first letter and middle letter are caps without space. If it's method name, first letter was small. Always follow the standard procedure. Always use the standard. If login, then use class name as login. No need to provide your name as class or first, second, third, something. Don't use like that. Use a proper way. Okay. So now the login validate is a class for validating a login or database validation. So login validate, then finish. So yes, fine. A new class was created. Okay. Now login validate class was ready. So inside that, I have write a method for validating my data. So method public Boolean, because the method which return true or false. So Boolean, something called as validate. In the method, in that method, I have passed two parameter. One which will be called a string username. The second parameter which is named as string user password. So yes. So Boolean method validate string username as well as string user password. Inside that, I create a Boolean variable named as status. Inside that, I have created a Boolean variable status. Initially, status was false. So return status. Return status. Return status. Yes, fine. So Boolean was false, return Boolean. So now I have created a class named as login validate. Created a class named as login validate. Inside that Boolean status, the status equal to false. So now it's a time to create a database connection. So here our database which is named as Postgres. So in that Postgres, the first one which is called as DB name. So DB name, the first one which is named as DB name. So string DB name. Postgres which uses JDBC as a driver. So JDBC colon Postgres QL, Postgres query language colon / localhost, because the Postgres which is installed in local machine. So localhost colon, the port number of the Postgres is 5432 / I have created a new database for my project. The name of the database is login. So login. So string DB name equal to JDBC colon Postgres QL colon / localhost is the name of the database server colon port number of the database server was 5432 / name of the database was login, then semicolon. Now the second parameter string, DB driver. DB driver. So Postgres, which need a DB driver named as org.postgresql.driver. So this is a Postgres DB driver, org.postgresql.driver. Similar way, string username of database, that's called as Postgres. It's a username. Similar way, here also username. So I have changed here as uname and twd. So here I have used username. So string password, which is equal to Postgres. My needed requirement was ready. Now I have created a exception handling, try catch of exception E. If exception found, just print system.out.println E. So it will print the exception. Otherwise, now I am handling a try block for normal database connection, normal Java database connection. So class.forName of DB driver. Class.forName of DB driver. Then I have created a new connection. So connection control space for Java SQL. Connection con equal driver manager driver manager control space for dot get connection of driver manager dot get connection of DB name user name password. So we are establishing a connection to our database. So connection con equal to driver manager dot get connection of DB name username password. Now statement, I have created a new statement. Statement control space for then you have choose second one, not first one. First one is Java beans. Second one is Java SQL. You are performing SQL query. So second one, Java SQL. So statement st equal connection dot create statement of st equal connection dot create statement of. Then now you have write a query string SQL, which is equal to double quotes, write a select query, normal select query, select star from login. Now you have write a result set rs, which is equal to statement dot execute query of SQL. So the query was executed. Now the entire query was executed and saved in a variable rs. Result set rs equal to statement dot execute query. Result set rs equal to statement dot execute query of SQL. So now the query was executed. For verification, just a while loop, while rs dot next of. So you are validating a data. So rs dot next of. Inside that you have compare. Inside that you have compare if the received username, which is saved in uname, So uname dot equals of rs dot get string of get string of. It's a string which received from a database. Get string of uname. Uname is a table column name. Uname and pwd dot equals of rs dot get string of pwd. Pwd is a column name. So if it's true, if the condition was true, then status equal to true. If the condition was true, condition was matched, then status equal to true. I'm save my file and entering into login servlet. Here I have removed this comparison username dot equals equal to admin and remove this, and I have created an object for my class login validate. I have created an object LV for login validate, which is equal to new login validate of. Login validate LV equal to new login validate of. Inside if LV dot validate of username comma user password. So here I am passing username and password to login validate class, which verifies compared with database value. If it's matched, the status equal to true. So if condition was true, then which move to welcome servlet, otherwise which move to login.html page. Now I have saved my file. The file was saved. Everything was completed in servlet side. Everything was completed in servlet side. Now I have moved into my downloaded page. Now Postgres was downloaded. PGAdmin was error. I have resumed it. So PGAdmin download is in progress. Now it's a time to install Postgres. So just click on PostgreSQL file. Click on PostgreSQL file. So which open. So now Postgres installation was started. So Microsoft Visual C++, the supporting Visual C++ was required. So Postgres installation was in progress. So press next. It's a folder was fine. Next. So yes, everything was needed. Next. So it asks password of username Postgres. So password was same Postgres. All small letter Postgres. Now I have pressed next. The port number was 5432. Next. Yes, next, next, next. So the now installation was going on. Now I have received my PGAdmin. So now the Postgres installation is in progress. Okay. So now my Postgres installation was completed. So I have unchecked this stack builder. It's not required. Then finish. Now everything was completed. Now double click on that exe, pgadmin.exe file. So double click on that exe file. PGAdmin is a IDE. Install for all users. Install for all users. Then yes. Press next. I accept the agreement. Next. Next. Yes, next. Install for PGAdmin. It's a very user-friendly IDE. So yes, the installation was completed. Finish. Now I have clicked my start button and then type PGAdmin. So PGAdmin. So click PGAdmin app, which will open a IDE, database IDE. So once PGAdmin IDE, which is very much compatible for Postgres SQL. So always use PGAdmin IDE. Otherwise, some compatibility error was displayed in command prompt. So use IDE, PGAdmin IDE. So during that case, I have convert. So because in database connection, which need a jar file, which need a Postgres jar file, for easiest way, I have right click my project. Please listen carefully. I have right click my project. right click on the Eclipse IDE and click on configure, right click on project menu, project page, and then click on configure. Convert your project into Maven. Maven is a repository which comprising of all those library. So right click on your project and then configure, then convert to Maven project. Please click. Yeah. Right click on your project and configure and convert to Maven project. So yes, finish. So now it will create POM. It will create POM.xml file, which comprising of all the required dependency. So it's very easy. So always use these kind of methodology. So right click on your project and then click configure and then convert to Maven repository. Maven repository which comprising of all the jar file. For example, if you need something Elasticsearch, so Elasticsearch.jar file was automatically added. So the dependency addition was very easy. So for that purpose, I am converting my project into Maven repository. So Maven POM. So it takes little bit time, depends on net speed. Yeah. So parallelly, I am, yeah, now everything was fine. Now Maven repository was working. Please, in the right hand side, please view the right hand side bottom, the installation was processed. Right hand side bottom, it's for 0%. So dependency installation 100% was required. So installation was processed. So now I will open my PGAdmin. So it will ask for password that is called as Postgres. Okay. Now PGAdmin was ready. Click on add new server. Click on add new server. Maven driver for Postgres. So click on the first link. Click on the first link, which will give several dependencies. I will choose the highest version 42.3.1. Maven repository, which gives required jar files. So here this is a code, dependency/dependency. Inside that, the required Postgres file was placed. Just copy paste and open pom.xml file. Open pom.xml file in front of /project. So dependency was installing. Please wait for a second. So open a tag named as dependencies. Open the tag named as dependencies. Which takes little time. So dependencies/dependencies. Inside that, you can copy paste the dependency code. Then save the file. Automatically, the required dependency was installed from internet. After installation, you can go for dependency folder. You can go for library folder or dependency folder. So installation, which takes little time. Maven dependency. You can verify PostgreSQL.jar file was added. PostgreSQL.jar file was added. After adding dependency, PostgreSQL.jar file was added. Now everything was ready. I have opened my PGAdmin and click on add new server. So add new server, which will ask Postgres password, type Postgres and OK. Yes, just for 2 steps, I will complete in 2 minutes. PostgreSQL. So now Postgres was connected. So yes, everything was ready. Postgres was connected. Now click on database and click on username Postgres. Click on database, click on username Postgres. Then tools and query tool. Query tool. Click tool and query tool. Here you will create a database. Here it's a time to create a database. So create database, create database login. Then yes, execute. create database login, then execute, which create a database named as login. Yes, now refresh, a database named as login was added. So inside that, use tools, query tool. A new database named as login was added. Create database name. Create database name. A new database, after refreshing, a new database was created. Now inside that, it's a time to create a table. So create normal database DBMS. So create table name login. Inside that, the field name uname, varchar of 50, comma pwd varchar of 50. So I have created a table inside that two fields. Yes, table was created. Now insert value. So insert into login. Inside that values admin. Sorry, insert into login values admin, comma admin. Then end, execute. Then value was insert in admin, single quotes. Insert into table name values, execute. Now value was inserted. Now value was inserted into table for verification. For verification, select star from login. Yes, select, sorry. Yes, everything was fine. That's all. Initially installing Postgres, after that installing PGAdmin, and then run on server. Right click on my project, run on server. Then save. Then existing server, that is Tomcat. Then next, then finish. Now project was executed as fine. So execution was going on. Yes, everything was completed, which takes a little bit of time. Inside that, I will type login.html. I will type username as admin and password as admin. Submit a query, which connected with database success, and print a message, welcome admin. If I will type a wrong password, then which will display the same login.html page, which connected to database. Everything was fine. This is a process of connecting with the database. This is a process of connecting with database. Now I will open my web.xml page and change my index.html into login.html because it's my home page. So login.html, welcome file as login.html. Now I have execute the file, run on server, save. So localhost / tomcat, next, and finish. Restart my server. Now directly my login.html page which opened. It's my home page. Now I will type admin and admin, which works. Yes, success. Now I will right click on my project and export into war file, and name of the war file as my project, and browse and save it inside this PC, something d:\sogo. Inside that, I save my war file as my project.war. So login servlet and convert into my project. Then finish. Yes, now everything was ready. I have stopped my Tomcat server here. Stop. Now I will open d:. I will open d:\sogo Apache Tomcat inside that bin and click on startup. Yes, my Tomcat was running. I will open my browser. and then type localhost colon 8080. Localhost colon 8080. Now click on manager app, and username was admin and password was admin. Sign in. Then now I will browse down and select my war file. Select my war file, which is saved in d colon. So go inside that my project.war, open, and then deploy. So war file was deployed. Here the name is my project. Click here, which will open the login form. I have typed username and password. Submit. Welcome admin. If typed a wrong password, everything was failed. So success.